What's up everyone, welcome to an interesting video. Today we are going over some Mario Kart Hot Takes, going into depth, and voicing my opinion on. Just to let y'all know, these takes are not my own, but rather takes I've seen so much in the comments that, it's hard to even call them hot takes anymore. So the takes we will be reviewing today are Mario Kart DS versus Mario Kart 7, Double Dash being the best Bowser's Castle in the series, which Mario Kart game is the best in the series, GBA Rainbow Road being one of the best Rainbow Roads, Daisy Circuit being one of the worst Nitros in Wii, Super Circuit being better than Mario Kart 64, and lastly, Waluigi Pinball being overrated. So with that said, let's get into our first take, which is Mario Kart 7 better than Mario Kart DS? I suppose it's only right that the game that is labeled as the underrated title and the game that is labeled as the overrated title come to a passing point like this. Both games are severely different, even though, it's Mario Kart on the DS. Looking at the comparison here, 7 has the better graphics, better tracks, obviously, retros being a big deal, and you could argue the character roster is better with more characters, 16 characters to DS's 13 if you count Shy Guy. On one side you have Rosalina, Wiggler, Honey Queen, and on the other you have Rob, Waluigi, Dry Bones, that kind of stuff. I would personally take the latter here, but that's just my opinion. DS has the modes here. You have mission mode and versus mode, things that are a big deal to me. I know someone's going to bring up like the set of 4 tracks you can set up for the Mario Kart channel, but I think that's a little complicated. Rather just have a mode where you can do whatever you want. But basically, for which one you like better, I think it really comes down to which one you have played first, because that will set expectations that the other cannot live up to. I played Mario Kart DS first, and I remember being not disappointed because, it's Mario Kart, it's always fun, but a little let down by Mario Kart 7 because it wasn't an improved Mario Kart DS. It was kind of its own thing with different things. That's why I have always carried a critical view on the game overall, because it did not improve on my favorite additions to the series. I kind of got rid of those features, but that's just my opinion. So next up we have Double Dash's Bowser's Castle being the best in the series. I really like this take. The track itself, it's really good, keeping the course centered around the castle. The newer Bowser's Castles kind of expand too much, and the older ones are just lava tracks at that point. It's not like you're actually driving through a castle. Going from start to finish, you have the Thwomp section, which is, really difficult to avoid them all, and if you throw shells in there, they ricochet like crazy and everything. You have the fire bar. If you can get past that unscathed, that's really cool. And of course the Bowser statue, which obviously gets extra points in my book. I do personally think the Wii one is the best, I'm not gonna lie, because of the tricking and half-pipe section, of course. That's really cool to me. But Double Dash is a close second, so while I don't entirely agree with this take, I really like it. Now, my friends, we get to the main event, Mario Kart Wii versus Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This take will forever be the bane of my existence, because I have been on both sides of the debate, before the booster course pass, after the booster course pass, and no matter which side of the debate you go on, the other side will get in a line and collectively slap you in the face. It's just what happens with rankings. I have said once, and I will say again, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has 96 tracks, 48 characters, and balanced gameplay for everyone to enjoy, If you're playing Mario Kart Wii with someone who doesn't have that much experience in the game, it's not going to be very fun for either of you. But with 8 Deluxe, it's kind of everyone can pick up and play it. So that's really cool. And 8 Deluxe now has Funky Kong, You also have item customization, vehicle customization, although I will die on the hill that Mario Kart Wii vehicles are the best in the series, and a way better battle mode on top of, as I've said before, being able to be universally enjoyed. Now, people have said and will go on to say how CTGP makes Mario Kart Wii the best in the series, with thousands of custom tracks, hundreds of characters, etc. Well, no duh. But first of all, it's not an official Nintendo version of Mario Kart Wii, so I don't think it should count, and many people would agree with that. And if I did count it, then modding for all the games in the series would have to be accounted for as well, which would make any game anything that someone wanted it to be. And that removes all like bases for a ranking. And second of all, the percentage of people that have, modded Wiis or PCs in a Wii are nothing compared to just a Nintendo Switch that you can take to a friend's house at any time you want. Also, people that have said that I hate the Wii are clear one and done viewers, because if you've stuck around for any point in time, you know that I live and breathe by the Wii. It's my favorite console of all time. It is the only console that I've repurchased games for. We bought a second Wii after our first one broke, and with the help of my brother, shout out to him, we revived that Wii once it broke. If I had to choose between Wii and 8 Deluxe, which one I would get rid of forever, buy 8 Deluxe never knew ya. But I can't deny that 8 Deluxe is so much of a better game than Mario Kart Wii. Next take. GBA Rainbow Road is one of the best Rainbow Roads in the series. Okay, for this one, I see the vision, but I disagree. Eventually, I'll make a Rainbow Road ranking at some point, but until I figure out my true thoughts on all the games, it's not gonna happen for a while. Anyways, GBA Rainbow Road, has the potential to be one of the best tracks of all time, but requires so much skill and luck to pull it off. The funnest version of the track is to hop and boost jump between every single part of the road. That makes it so fun, but this is risky and falling is bound to happen. You're gonna do it once or twice, or maybe a lot more than that in a race, and when you fall off, it's not satisfying or fun anymore like it once was, because you slow down and everything. That's my take here, but I might elaborate once I do get to a Rainbow Road ranking. Next up, Daisy Circuit is dog water. Yes. I would say in general people like intricate layouts more than the basic circuit layout, and that's why Daisy Circuit stands out so much. And for Daisy Circuit, it doesn't have a simple and boring layout. It also has the landmarks like the boats and lighthouse and all the things that come with a harbor town. It's the first harbor track. But unfortunately, Daisy Circuit is a part of the problem that I see with a lot of tracks, and I've just started to pick up on, is the sunset issue. The track being all different shades of one color can sometimes work, but with yellow it just, I don't enjoy it that much. And I'm also not a big fan of the turns or even the shortcut. They don't feel satisfying at all. And the shortcut is the only trickable ramp in the course, I'm pretty sure. And the track is also first in the cup, and the Wii versus randomizer loves to pick it all the time. So I'm also just kind of tired of playing the track. But basically I don't like it because the gameplay and visuals are uncomfortable for me, even if the track has great theming. So next up we have Mario Kart Super Circuit being better than Mario Kart 64. I do not agree with this one. I played Super Circuit on the GBA during early childhood, never had 64 until recently, but I was not the most impressed with Super Circuit overall. I do think that it deserves more credit than it currently gets. I don't think it should be Super Mario Kart level like a lot of newer fans put it, but I really don't think in terms of Mario Kart games that Mario Kart Super Circuit should be better than Mario Kart 64 and the others if you see my list. Mode 7 graphics versus 3D graphics is a big deal to me, and I do think Super Circuit has better tracks and everything else, but the visuals are just killer, and not even nostalgia can move it. But hey, if you like it, I respect it, it's just not for me. Alright, and the last take. Waluigi Pinball is overrated. I think at this point, you just love the track or hate it and there's no in between. I think it gets a lot of hate recently because it made it in over what other people think to be much better tracks, or just the popularity is annoying for a lot of people. But Waluigi Pinball has always been that standout track for me that I play over and over again, back in the DS days. So I do think that it's the best track in Mario Kart DS, even though people say it's overrated and tracks like Airship Fortress and Delfino Square are better. But we can go through the categories here. Gameplay, pretty good. I like the layout. It doesn't have shortcuts, which is another dagger, but it's not that big a deal to me. For the difficulty, it's pretty good. You know, the turns are really hard to make consistently, and with the pinballs as well, adding some extra challenge. And when you get to the part where people say, oh, you just drive in a straight line, you know, you have pinballs ricocheting off of everything, trying to hit you. So I believe there's also some difficulty for that part, even though it's been nerfed in the remakes. And for the theming, you know, 10 out of 10, obviously. And the visuals are decent. To be honest, I don't know where this recent narrative came from, but I totally disagree with this. But what do you think on all these debates? Let me know in the comments, and I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.